morning, your majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. I have another scary story for you guys, and this one is called Daisy. And it goes, when I was around 6, my family moved into a house. My parents wanted us to be a part of the community. So they made sure we met all of our neighbors. On one side was a girl a few years older than me named Sally. And on the other was an old man named Mr. Johnson. I thought Mr. Johnson was really creepy at first. His skin was paper thin, and he would fall asleep on his front porch with his teeth in his lap. I didn't like Mr. Johnson at all, at least not till the day he gave me Daisy. One day, Mr. Johnson called me over and asked me if I liked dolls. Even though I was scared of him, I loved dolls. Well then, do I have a surprise for you? How would you like a new doll? Well, she's not exactly brand new, but she'd be new to you, Mr. Johnson said as he slowly got up from his rocking chair. She was my daughter's when she was your age. She's gone away now, though, and I feel like her doll will like a new home. I'd love to meet her, Mr. Johnson, I said, giving a gap-toothed smile. Oh. I waited outside, excitedly, and after that what felt like an eternity, Mr. Johnson came back holding a large plastic doll. The doll was incredible. It was the same height as me and made of hard plastic. Its clothes were old and faded, but still in good shape. This here is Daisy, Mr. Johnson said as he handed the doll to me. It was heavier, much heavier than any doll I had ever held before. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'll make sure to take good care of her, I said cheerfully. I hurriedly took my new friend home to show her off to my parents. They seemed concerned that I had stolen the doll from Mr. Johnson, but he assured them that it was a gift. For the next 6 months, Daisy and me were inseparable. I would take her absolutely everywhere with me, and she would sleep in my bed with me. It was only inevitable that she would get damaged somehow, especially given how old she was. We were playing tea party when I accidentally knocked her off of her chair and cracked the side of her head on the floor. Oh. I immediately burst into tears. I had just hurt my favorite doll, my best friend. My mom came rushing in and saw the scene and scooped me up in her arms, doing her best to comfort me. Don't worry, little Mindy. Mommy's gonna make Daisy all better, I promise. I remember her telling me as she carried me around the house. Once I finally calmed down, my mom and me took Daisy to the toy repair store downtown. They told us that it was a pretty severe crack, but they were gonna do the best they could. It could take a few days though. A few days later, my mom received a call from the toy repair store. I couldn't hear what they were saying on their end, but they sounded furious at my mom. I remember her telling me she had to run out real fast and take care of some stuff, but she would be back in a jiffy. When she returned home, I was so excited to get Daisy back. I missed my best friend so much. Instead, my mom returned home empty-handed. Where's Daisy, Mommy? I asked her, confused. Tears began to well up in my mom's eyes. Daisy's not home anymore, sweetie, but come on, we can get you a new best friend, she said as she took my hand. But I don't want a new best friend, Mommy. I want Daisy, I whined. Daisy's gone forever and never take anything from anyone without my permission. Daisy's gone forever and never take anything without my permission. Hold on. Daisy's gone forever and never take anything from anyone without my permission again. My mom snapped at me as tears fell down her cheeks. I was scared and confused. Did I do something wrong? Was there something wrong with Daisy? I rode in the car with my mom silently until we got to our destination. We were at the local pound. My heart lit up with excitement, and that night we brought home my new best friend, Max, the mutt. Max quickly replaced Daisy in my heart, and Daisy faded into what was only a memory until last week. I was cleaning out a box from my parents' attic when I came across a box full of family pictures. There in the middle of one of the binders was a picture of me sitting next to Daisy. The memories came flooding back. I brought the picture down and found my mom sitting in her living room. Hey Mom, look what I found. An old picture of me and my doll, Daisy, I said with a smile as I gave her the picture. My mom began shaking. Tears welled up behind her eyes. Is everything okay, Mom? I asked worriedly. I was hoping you'd forgotten about Daisy. I was hoping you never remember that sick joke that monster played on you, she said with a tremble in her voice. What do you mean, Mom? Mr. Johnson? I replied. You're old enough now. You deserve to know the truth. She began. Do you remember when you knocked Daisy down and cracked her head? Yeah, of course. And then a few days later is when we got Max, right? Yeah, wait. Yeah, of course. And then a few days later is when we got Max, right? I said. Yes. The reason why we got Max was because of what they found when repairing Daisy. You see, hold on. You see, they weren't going to be able to patch her head up very easily. So they would have to remove the broken pieces and replace the whole section. However, when they took the pieces away, they found something inside of Daisy, my mom said, with the glassy looking in her eye. What do you mean they found something inside of Daisy? I asked, unsure. My mom suddenly looked directly at me and grabbed my hand. I'm sorry, Mindy. I should have looked at your doll before saying you could have it. I should have given it an inspection or something. I should have been a mother. I should have been a better mother. My mom pleaded with me. Mom, what did you find? Mom, what did they find inside of Daisy? I don't know. Inside of your doll was the remains of Mr. Johnson's daughter. He had cut her throat and stuffed it in a plastic tomb. Years before keeping her young and perfect forever. And then when he was done with her, he gave her to you as one final sixth time. Daisy wasn't just the doll's name. It was his daughter's. Holy crap, that is so scary. Wow. Well, so it was his daughter, so it wasn't his daughter's doll. It was actually his daughter. That's messed up. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart and the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah.